Traditionally, planners launch at 2 different times during the year. You have the academic launch, which means that the planners usually start launching in about April or May, and the planner themselves will start around the June or July timeframe. And then you have the calendar launch, in which planners will start launching in the September-October timeframe, but the planners won't start until January on the calendar year. These are some of the most exciting and my personal favorite times when it comes to the planner world. Because who doesn't love seeing new themes, new cover options, and new accessories from all of our favorite planner companies? And while this time is so exciting, it can also be super overwhelming because there's going to be so many new products that are coming out, because it may be a little hard understanding which products are the right products for you. Let me know in the comments down below, what is the most important thing that you look at when you go ahead and you choose a planner? So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 things to consider when choosing your planner. Hey y'all, it's me, Lauren, here with Plan with Laura, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about my 5C planner comparison method to help you when it comes to choosing which planners and what planner products and accessories are the best ones for you. When I think about choosing a planner, I personally think about when I review planners. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited that you are here. If you look at some of my older videos, there are a lot of review for many popular planner brands out there where I give you my thoughts and opinions about them. And as I've done more reviews, I have come up with a system in which I call my 5C planner comparison, which is the lens in which I review all of these planners through. If you're new to my 5C comparison, here's exactly what it is. The 5C planner comparison is broken up into a couple of categories. The first one is aesthetic, outside aesthetic. So that relates to the coil and the cover. Then I move on to the inside of the planner and really kind of the functionality of the planner. So I call that customization as well as components. And then finally, which I think is the most important thing when it comes to choosing a planner, literally the most important thing is the cost. So when you are considering your planners, this is the framework I use. I hope that it will help you, but let's break it down a little bit more. So the first thing that I look at is the coil. Now this is probably a preference that you have. So there are a bunch of different coil options. Now the first one we'll start with is not a coil at all, but it fits into this category. And so those are bound planners. So an example of a bound planner is the Erin Condren Soft Bound, or a Passion planner, or an Amplify planner. These planners offer the least amount of flexibility since you're unable to use any type of snap-in accessories that go along with them. The binding is typically super strong and durable and will stand up to wear and tear. If your planning style is purely functional, or you use your planner more for scheduling and less for like goal setting and other options, and I personally think that bound planners are a great option for you. The second type of coil option that we have are some of the more customizable options. So those are gonna be your disc planners or your ring planners, like the cloth and paper systems, the happy planner systems, and so many other ring and disc bound systems out there. This offers some of the most flexibility when it comes to your coil options, because you get to add pages in your planner. You can add budget trackers and other printables. Disc bound systems are the binder style of planners. They allow for tons of customization. All you have to do is snap in a new page, a new dashboard, a new layout, or a section of your planner. The discs are frequently made of plastic or metal, and again, you can get these in any sort of color. There are all of these amazing companies, like I mentioned, Cloth and Paper, No Tea, Happy Planner, and so many others that you can get that allow you to truly customize this option for yourself. And then you have actual coil bound planners. And for me, these are the gold standard when it comes to planning binding. The coil planner, in my opinion, gives you all of the durability that you'll get with a bound planner, with some of the customization options that you get with the disc or the ring style planner, because you can buy accessories to help snap in and add additional items to your planner. Even in coil, you could break it down. You have your typical single spiral coil. You also have a wire O coil, which is what Moxie Life or the Cultivate What Matters power sheets are on as well. And again, even in that, you probably have your own preference. And mine is still the typical spiral coil planner. And when it comes to the coil, I believe that metal reigns king to all of that. But again, dependent on the thickness and the size, that also does come with a price. But as an added bonus, a lot of Coil planners and even some YRO planners allow you to swap out the cover style, so you do get to kind of customize it and add a little pop of flair each month if you would like to. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is covers. And I know everyone says don't judge a book by its cover, but I do judge planners by the covers. Honestly, your planner is pretty much a book for a year, and you want something that you'll love. Depending on what planner you use, you can change your colors by seasons or moods. You can support your favorite artists. My advice here is when choosing a cover, stay true to you. I personally like covers that are a little thicker because I like to plan usually sitting on a couch or maybe even while I'm in bed, and so having something that's a little bit more sturdy usually works out best for me and my own personal preferences. Next, we'll move on to components. Now, every single person's life is unique and requires different things out of their planners. When I talk about components, I'm talking about the layout of the planner and the flexibility that you have when it comes to planning. Again, what do you need out of a planner, and what type of layout is going to translate to that? Having maximum flexibility in the components of a planner, I think, is such a hallmark of a good planner. Ample amount of notes pages in the front of a planner or the back of the planner. Honestly, give me all the notes pages, sign me up. Does your planner have goal setting attached to it? Or maybe there are even some personal development pages. I personally like planners that have some sort of pre-work at the beginning of the planner. This is usually, thinking about my goals for the year or thinking about my routines for the year. Again, that's something that I prefer and like to have in my planners. One of the number one things I talk about when starting a new planner is setting an intention for your planner, and I think that having some sort of pre-work really helps with that process. But again, what do you need inside of your planner? Do you need something where your layout is going to change on a month-to-month or a week-to-week basis? Maybe you go for a more customizable option. Or are you someone who likes structure and routine and you want to know what to expect on a week-to-week basis? Then maybe a planner that doesn't allow for all of that flexibility is going to be the best version for you. As with everything, it's going to be a personal decision. If you are trying to figure out what is the best planner layout for you, I do have a PDF bundle called Finding Planner Peace that has over 10 pages of a workbook that has questions to really help you figure out what planner is going to be the right planner for you, as well as over 6 pages of planner test pages to figure out what type of layout you want, and comes with some of my suggestions for some of my favorite planners on the market. So I'll leave a link for that in the description down below for you to check out if you need some additional help. Also in the components section is the paper quality. Now, I personally believe that the best paper on the market is a little gritty, has good coloring, and dries quickly without leaving your pens to smudge. But my preferences, as always, are probably going to be a little bit different than your preferences. Now, if you watch my $20 versus $60 planner video, then you may know that usually when you pay for a luxury planner brand, then you are paying for a higher premium in quality of the paper, whereas a more affordable brand may not have the same type of thick paper that other brands do. Also, the thickness of the paper usually decides how large the planner is. Moxie Life, for example, has premium, top-notch quality paper, and the planner is pretty big. It's pretty thick. And last but not least, we come down to customization of the planner in my 5C planner comparison. And customization comes down to what do you need out of the planner. Good planners are designed to give you some structure and a system to color within the lines. Guided layouts will give you a monthly section with maybe a to-do list on the side, or room to list appointments or major life events in the margins. But great planners will give you that structure that I just mentioned, as well as the room to be creative. Some planner brands offer multiple layouts, which then require you to choose between some of those aspects. Being able to customize your week, either via the elements that you are adding into the product or the ability to use different pens and different stickers, may seem overwhelming at first. And once you lock into that system that you know works, you'll be thankful that you had all of these options. Being able to customize your layout to fit your needs and style is a huge bonus that a lot of planners love and need to embrace. A lot of those relate down to very aesthetic looking things, and all things that I think are important when it comes to finding a planner that you'll be consistent with and that you will actually use. But the number one most important thing when it comes to figuring out what planner to have is the cost. And that reason is to know your cost and your budget when coming up with a planner. Take a second right now. How much money do you want to spend on a planner? Whatever your first thought was, whatever that first number that popped into your head, write that down. and don't spend more than that. There are phenomenal planners on the market. If you've been around for a while, then you know I always say this, but there is no perfect planner. There is not one planner that is going to make you a better planner. Once you learn how to use planner tools and planner strategies, which follow my channel, that's what I love talking about, you can implement those to create systems that allow you to excel and reclaim your time and live the life that you want. But the physical planner itself, that won't actually do it for you. Think about whatever that number is for you. Now, the most affordable planners on the market are gonna range anywhere between $10 to $30. I think sometimes in the planner world, we associate the cost of a planner with how good the planner is. And so I'm just here to debunk that myth that is out there, because there are many planners that you can go ahead and pick up at the dollar store or Target or Walmart that are just as good as some of those luxury brand planners that are out there. All right, y'all, and so that is my 5C planner comparison, which is how I review my planners, but it's also how I go ahead and I choose my planners. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, make sure to hit that red subscribe button. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. Everything that I talked about, all of the planners, all of the brands, all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and link in the description down below. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. As always, y'all, my name is Lauren here with Plan with Lore, and I'll see y'all next time.